Hey guys, it's Philip Fortenberry with Fatherhood Revolution. Jesus said those words, seeing they never see, lest they should come to the truth so that I should heal them. So he's really talking about a spiritual blindness, one that a person cannot see. And so I can describe to you what that looks like, what it looks like in a person's life, and most specifically what it looked like in my life. My father left us when I was 13 years old. And he came home and left us another, 20 times or so over the next 2 years. It got to the point to where my father coming home was bad news, and I began to beg my mom not to let him come home anymore. And so the most important man in my life had me living in fear of him showing up, and then when he was home, I was in fear that he would leave again. And it became my greatest fear is being abandoned, being left, and it really became my life's mission to never be abandoned again. I didn't really understand that's what was going on at the time, but how it played out in my life when I started dating young ladies. All I knew was that about 3-4 dates into the thing, as soon as the girl started showing just that much confidence in the relationship, I would be scared. I didn't understand why I was scared. I just knew that I was scared. But in hindsight, I now understand what was going on. Whenever she started getting confidence in the relationship and my heart was drawing close to her, what was really happening, I was giving her the power to abandon me. I was giving her the ability to abandon me, and I just couldn't stand for that. And so what I would do is I would just withdraw. I usually wouldn't even call. I wouldn't do anything. I would just disappear. And now I'm the one doing the abandoning. But you see, I couldn't see that at the time. I couldn't see that I was already starting to become just like my dad. Seeing, physically I could see, but spiritually I could not see. I could not turn to the Lord. All I knew was this, that I didn't feel this way. I didn't feel this fear cropping up in me until she showed up. And it seemed to me the best way to get rid of it was get rid of her. Okay? And so that is a fulfillment. That is a way in which we become that which we actually hate. That is a way in which we are blind, not physically blind, but spiritually blind. Seeing, I could see, but physically, but I could not see what the problem was. And so I'd point my finger, not literally, but figuratively. I was pointing my finger at those girls, and I was blaming them. And it wasn't their fault. It was my fault. And so I just want you to think about that. That which happened to you becomes your greatest fear of it happening to you again. And of course, I'm talking about something negative, something really bad that happens in your childhood. It'll become your greatest fear. It becomes really your life's mission. I'm never going to let that happen to me again. And you won't even recognize and realize that you're doing it. So this is Philip Fortenberry with Fatherhood Revolution, signing off. And I want to remind you, when you go on your great adventures, don't forget the kid next door who has no father. He needs you, and I used to be that kid.